Hello, this is Craig from bizbox.co.uk. In this video we're going to look at a brand new White Dwarf magazine. So White Dwarf has gone back to its roots and is now back as a monthly format magazine. It's been a weekly magazine for about a year and a half. Very little content in the weekly edition. Mainly just a look at the new releases, as well as the odd few rules here and there. Some of the exclusive rules were quite nice. But it was sort of missing a lot of things like a lot of battle reports and hobby guides that we're sort of used to from the old days of White Dwarf. And certainly over the last year, GW have been listening a lot to customers' feedback, and the result is a new White Dwarf. I've not even looked at it, still sealed. So I thought we'd look at it together, and I'm going to have a flick through page by page, as I do in a lot of these videos I do for books and magazines. So I'm going to use scissors just to open this. I'm sure it probably just rips open, but so we have a free gift. Now I remember back in the old days we used to get free models every now and then, and they were really great. In this one we get a free Slaughter Priest. Let's move this up a bit. There we go. These models retail for £18, which is quite excessive actually, just for one model, but a lot of their Age of Sigmar stuff is a bit expensive when it comes to the single miniatures. However, this one's free, so you know, that's fantastic. So on the front, we have a bit of artwork called Gore Chosen board game. So this is a board game that's coming out from GW very soon. We've already seen pictures of it, and I think it's even up. It is up on their official site, just not for pre-order yet. So we have a boxed game special, so all list of boxed games. I mean, I think like most of these boxed games came out within the last sort of year and a half. And there's a lot of boxed games from GW. There's also a little bit of a Death Watch and a battle report as well. And they say it's bigger, better, and brand new. So let's have a look inside, shall we? So we have the White Dwarf team on one side. I just moved this over. There we go. So new editor. A little bit about the White Dwarf. So I believe that's going to be a new White Dwarf miniature that's coming out. There has been rules for him for Silver Tower and Age of Sigmar floating about on the internet. So I'm not going to read everything, but I'm just going to flick through page by page. So a massive content section here with images, different sections. So start off with new releases. So Gore Chosen, so that must be out very soon. I don't believe it's up for pre-order this week. It could be next week. I think getting a new Khan of Betrayer very soon. He's up there, and a little bit about Traitors Hate as well. There's a new book that's going to be up for pre-order soon. So a Void Shield generator is actually in here. So this is a new Void Shield generator. And it says here the Void Shield generator returns on September the 10th as a multi-part plastic kit. So it was released originally as a sort of limited release resin kit, but it's back as plastic, and that's huge. And it is priced at £60, so that's €85, or 100 USA dollars. So maybe a bit pricey, I think. Maybe 45, 50. 60 seems a bit excessive, but it is massive nonetheless. There's a little bit here of White Dwarf's favourite shields. We have Shield of Baal, Black Shield, and Sigmarite Shield. So there's a little bit here about some video games. So you've got Battlefleet Gothic, Freeblade, and Man of War. And then Eternal Crusade down here. And of course a little bit about Warhammer Total War. And we have Weapon of the Month. So this month's Weapon of the Month is this Tyranid weapon here. Then we have a new kind of betrayer model. I'm really looking forward to picking him up. And the new black library releases also. Then we have Traitor's Hate. So it seems like we have this sort of section for like stuff what's coming out very soon. So it's nice that they do show you some stuff ahead of time. And then of course now we've got in stores now. So this is like all the Death Watch stuff what's been released recently. It's interesting on these models. There's like a reflection of them underneath. That's a bit strange. But we've got some lovely lovely shots of the miniatures, as you'd expect from GW. A little bit about Death Mask. So the Death Watch themselves have been a really good release. I think the veteran set is really good value, and we bought loads of them for the site, and we've sold loads of bits for them lately. And here is all the releases. So yeah, the Death Watch Kill Team set is a great set. So many great bits on there. We've just been selling bucket loads lately, so it's been really good for us as a business as well, and I'm sure GW have probably sold loads themselves. I'm now starting a little Death Watch army as well, and it's quite enjoyable doing all the other little chapters. Some of these other releases are a bit strange. It's nice that you can buy bikes now in a box set, but for little upgrade sprue what you get in most of these, I think they could have planned it a bit better, because you get like 6 in the Terminator box, and you only need no 6. Sorry, you get 3 in the Terminator box, just so you can use the Terminator shoulder pad. So you get 6 shoulder pads, and then there's just loads of wasted bits you can't use. So yeah, they probably could have thought that out a bit better, but I'm surprised they've reboxed so much stuff just to add that little sprue in. But it's nice they've also done the Death Watch Overkill guys in a box set. So this section is for people to write in, and GW replies to that, so that's pretty cool. And then here we have for White Dwarf. So whether he'll be released soon or whether it'll be an exclusive with White Dwarf, I don't know. But I've really enjoyed their White Dwarf miniatures over the years. Unfortunately I never picked up any, but they're always quite nice miniatures. And it's nice that he's got rules that we can use. Especially in Silver Tower, I think that'd be quite fun. So we've got the Crown of Hunters here. We've got a Tale of 4 Warlords, so essentially a Tale of 4 gamers. I know this is something that a lot of people have liked to see return to White Dwarf, myself included. That's very cool. I'll certainly be reading through all this in more detail. Really cool like balloon Nurgle Force there, it's pretty cool. Don't see that every day. Then we have Forces of Death and Destruction. Not as into the blue Orcs, mind you, but I still look quite good. And we've got a little feature of Nagash. This is the Hall of Fame. And there's even got the original concept artwork for Nagash, which is pretty cool. It's amazing how close the miniature is to that actual artwork as well. So, for some reason that page feels really thick. I think we have something that opens up here. We do. So we have, I'll move this along. We have like a little fold out bit here. So it's like an Eldar army. And he just looks amazing, a big Titan. I believe he's a Phantom Titan. I'm not really into the Eldar stuff, but it's very cool. I think there's more pages to fold out here, so does this, this one actually folds out as well. Oh, okay. So yeah, it all folds out. I can't get it all in shot, but like it folds out the other side as well, so massive shot of this army. Gorgeous Eldar army actually. Really nice. Army of the Month this section is, so I can see why, because it is just a beautiful army. So now I've got to try and move this page over. There's a little bit more on his army here. And the tanks are very nice indeed. So a big section for Army of the Month. So if you're into your Eldar. So here's the boxed game Bonanza section. So this is all about their box games. So there's a little bit about Deathwatch Overkill here. And I guess these are extra cards that you can use for extra characters in Deathwatch Overkill, which is pretty cool. You can make these all out of the Deathwatch Kill Team box set. We have a new mission for Space Hulk as well. Then we've got some extra stuff here for Betrayal at Calf. So different scenarios as well. So lots of additional content for these games. Also got Lost Patrol here as well. Now I haven't played Lost Patrol, but there's rules here to use Terminators in Lost Patrol. Now let's move this up a bit. Sorry. I haven't played it, but I know a lot of people have said it's very difficult for the Scouts to win. So replacing them with Terminators probably would help. So that's pretty cool. Got a little bit for Execution Force as well. And we have demons in there. So there's rules for using demons. They got data cards for them as well. So yeah, they've really gone out on a limb for all these different games. We now have a Slaughter Priest card as well for Silver Tower. So the Slaughter Priest model that came with this White Dwarf you can use in Silver Tower, so that's very cool. And there's also one for him and Gore Chosen. And we also have Scar Bloodbreath and Valkyr the Bloody in Gore Chosen as well. That would be very cool to pick up Valkyr the Bloody to use in that. She is a model I want to get anyway, so that is very cool. And then we have Gomrindal the White Dwarf. So rules for him in Silver Tower and also in Age of Sigmar. Still have more. We have the Deathwatch ship and then Stormcloud Attack. And then we've got little adverts here for the actual games themselves. So next we have some Golden Demon. This is an absolutely beautiful squad. Ultramarines down here. Fantastic detail in the banner. There's an interview with the painter as well. There's some absolutely beautiful miniatures, as you expect with Golden Demon. It's just everything is just absolutely amazing. So yeah, proper miniature porn in here. And these Dark Angels veterans are very nice as well. Unusual card scheme, mind you, but beautifully painted, as you'd expect. So now we have a section called Illuminations, which is basically about artwork and illustrations. So this month we're looking at the Deathwatch. So there's always a wide variety of artwork and art styles when it comes to GW publications, and it's well represented in here. So now we have a battle report. So it's an Age of Sigmar battle report. As you can see the forces. Well, it's quite a large battle report as well. These are the armies. So a large Stormcast versus large Bloodbound army. I mean, there's 3 Bloodfesters in there. So yeah, I don't know if it says how many points it is, whether they're playing points or not. I can't see anything regarding points, but it could be. So a beautiful board, as you'd expect from GW. So obviously I'm not going to read the battle report now, but I will certainly sit down and read it later on. So a really, really massive battle report, and there's pages and pages of it. So yeah, okay, only 4 turns in the end, but loads of pages over there. A little bit about General's Handbooks and Grand Alliance books. So now we have the Ultimate Guide to Imperial Knights. So lots of information about Imperial Knights. So now there's a section called Temporal Distort, a monthly look back through the warp into the dim and distant past of White Dwarf. This monthly look back almost 20 years to October 1996. So this is very cool. They look back at old White Dwarfs. I've still got some in my collection that are just fantastic. Sometimes back in the day, you get an issue of White Dwarf that's just cram packed with so much good stuff. There might be an army in there you like, or an article in there that's really cool, and then you get 2 or 3 that are really awesome. And there's some old White Dwarfs I've kept just for certain articles, because some of them have been brilliant. It's great that they have a look back on them, and this one was just before my time, 1996. I actually started getting into the game about 1998, I think. But yeah, this is very cool. If they do this every month, which I'm sure they will, and they start going over some of the old issues that I've collected, then I'm probably going to get quite giddy. But yeah, it's nice to have a look back. So there's a section called Battleground, which is where they showcase gaming tables, so it's very cool. Lovely bit of scenery there. That's very cool. I really hope we see more sort of custom built terrain, and hopefully GW will do some guides on that as well. Something I'd certainly like to see more in White Dwarf. And that's actually a very good idea, using the Griffin model as a statue. I may have to steal that idea. Very cool. They've got the board under construction down there. That's very, very cool. We have a John Blanche section. Very exciting. I love his artwork. I love the miniatures he came out with, based on that style as well. Really makes me pine for the old Inquisitor game to come back as well when you see stuff like this. So very cool. I'm glad we've got a John Blanche section. So there's a section called Parade Ground. So it's showing off some kill teams. These Tyranids are absolutely beautiful. I did showcase video on my Tyranids, and if they look like this, I'd probably be a lot happier with them. They're beautiful. Lovely Eldar as well. So I guess these are the bundles that we've seen on the GW website. If you haven't seen them, there's some bundles of kill teams you can buy. I'm pretty sure there's these. So we have a modelling and painting section. Fantastic. All going. This is all about the stuff in the kill team box set, which is Fire Warriors and Tactical Squad. So a little bit about Death Watch as well. So it's all about kit bash and Death Watch, which is something that I've been doing lately myself. So paint splatter is back as well. So there's a little bit about just basic techniques such as base coating, washing, dry brushing and layering. And there's also stuff about the glaze, texture and technical paints. Now I've got a little painting guide for the Slaughter Priest as well, so that's very cool. For everyone who wants to paint up their model. There's also one for a White Dwarf as well. So we're still going, there's still a few more pages, it really is a bumper issue. So there's a little bit about the Death Watch, and this is that sprue I was talking about earlier, whilst it's a nice sprue, I think they could have thought about it a bit better. I mean, we've got 10 shoulder pads, and then 1 torso, 2 heads, and a sword. A few icons, and then 2 Terminator shoulder pads. I think they should have only had 5 shoulder pads for regular, and then maybe 3 for Terminators, and then added in a couple of extra bits. Maybe an extra sword or axe or something, or some more heads. It just seems like when you buy something like a Captain or some Terminators, you're going to have a lot of spare bits over, which is great, but I would have liked more stuff for like the Terminators, for example. But anyway, we are talking about White Dwarf in this video. There's a little bit about the Black Star and there's discussion about that. So a lot of stuff about the Death Watch. And we've got some stuff about from Black Library, some new releases from them. And then we have readers models, so some great stuff sent in by the public, and they really do put my own stuff to shame. Certainly some beautiful models as always. So I've got a model of the month as well from the readers. So this Stormcast card scheme is really nice actually. Really like that. And lastly, a little bit on Warhammer World. We have In the Bunker. So welcome to the last page of the magazine where we'll be taking a regular look at what's been going on in the White Dwarf hobby room over the past month. So these are some miniatures from the guys who work on White Dwarf. And lastly, a little preview of next month. So Army of the Month will be a Space Wolves Force. There'll be an interview with Jez Goodwin. I'm looking forward to that. There's Armies on Parade as well. And there's an artwork guide, all you need to know about, and then it says redacted by the Inquisition, so ooh, they're being a bit sketchy with that one. And all the regular features in there as well. There'll be a battle report between Death Watch and Tyranid, so that's going to be quite interesting as well. So that is the new bumper of White Dwarf magazine. I'm going to look forward to reading that. Oh, come down here. I'm going to look forward to reading that properly, but there's loads of content. Certainly worth the price, I think, considering you get a free miniature as well. So yeah, much more like the old White Dwarfs. I hope. I'm really into like conversions and scratch built stuff and readers' armies and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll see more of that sort of stuff. It certainly seems to be edging more that way. So yeah, really impressed. This is what White Dwarf should be, and hopefully is what it will always be from now on. So yeah, that was the new and improved monthly White Dwarf magazine from GW. So I hope you enjoyed this page by page look at it, and I will see you all in the next video.